A new day has begun, an age of freedom. And every one of you scrubs and everyone in the bubbly show,
Bubbly show? Man.
will give its last breath to defend it. And ladies and gentlemen, for who have been rocking with us for the last 5 years, 5 years of laughter, of comedy, and just straight pure ignorance and tomfoolery. Guys, for everyone who is watching on the Buttery Show right now, and for everyone on my Twitch who's been rocking with us since day one-ish, I present to you guys a brand new format. Welcome to the 5-year anniversary, and welcome to episode 161 of the ScrubClub Gaming Podcast. Woo!
And we need a little bit of the buttery.
And yes, the ScrubClub Gaming Podcast is a brand new show here on the Buttery Show. If you're on YouTube right now watching the replay of this amazing, just straight pure awesomeness. I am Leo, aka Reckless Fox, the head honcho of the ScrubClub Gaming Podcast, and one of the members of the Buttery Show. This is Mike, aka BoukenKabuto, my second in command. Henshin, my boys, aka him, Siberian Alucard, Keanu Reeves' #1 fan, Giant Bosch's actual best friend, and stop, hammer down, and yours truly, hashtag Luke Cage IRL, head of the
Excuse me, what kind of Alucard?
Siberian.
I'm sorry, where am I from again?
Who cares?
Actually, I do.
Fine, Ukrainian Alucard.
Better.
And then yours truly, Luke Cage IRL, aka Black Keys Howard, head of the Black Howard Connect, aka Black Lightning, aka Blexkin Kyle Qatar, Kit Catch a Fade Fisto, Mace Windu II, adopted son of Flynn, Captain Black America, Gin and Juice Kazuma, and Kamen Rider Comptonite, Henshin, my boys. Guys, welcome. We are glad to see everyone here. And I'm looking at the chat on Twitch right now. Where is the Ranger baby? He is out right now. He's asleep. No, I'm joking. He's with his mom. They went out to dinner. Overall, guys, welcome to this episode. We got some stuff to talk about. We'll give you, and before we end, we're gonna just break things down, just housekeeping before we get into it. For everyone who's watching on the Buttery Show right now, this is my video game podcast that I've been doing for the last 5 years, since 2017. It's gone through a lot of evolutions. We used to just do movies, TV shows, video games, and comic books, everything. We pretty much did everything in the kitchen sink. Okay. Then we toned it down to just straight up video game news, and we toned it down to like an hour and some change or whatever. The longer episodes we did have been like when we covered E3, when we covered LA Comic-Con because of that gaming news, when we covered Comic-Con because of that gaming news. Anything that have had gaming news, like where we have gone to the expo, it would be a longer episode. You won't see that until E3 2023. I'm just going to point it out right now. Anyway, other than that, let's get started. For those of y'all who do want to get a hold of any of us, please be sure to hit me up on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. Chat from both sides. We love you and we adore you. Shouts to everyone who's watching. Thank you for letting us be your virtual neighbors, putting a smile on you guys' face. As long as we're doing that, we're doing our jobs just about right. If you have any, and I do mean anything you want to tell us right now, if there's some stuff that you don't want to say in the chat, and because we always want to say there's no such thing as a stupid question unless you ask it. And before we get into it, we got an audible right here. Here she is, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Jen, aka Jen Pink from Morphin Network, and she has many other nicknames, such as the combination of Chun-Li, Mai Shiranui, Jamie Chung, and the attitude of sometimes a Karen. I give to you Gen Valkyrie. Jen, how you doing?
Hi, I thought you were gonna name me Brenda's song, but okay.
Okay. Discount Brenda's song who failed opening up a page for fans. But how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, good. Like I said, if there's anything you want to ask us, guys, there's no such thing as a stupid question unless you ask it or respond to a really dumb answer, and then we'll probably just roast you lightly. You can get a hold of any of us at ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna put it right here. You can email us at ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. Let me repeat one more time. ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. For any questions, compliments, concerns, advice, and business inquiries, because we love doing business with you indie folks out there. You can find us on SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker Audio, and Stitcher Radio. Type in Scrub Gaming, and bam! It is everywhere, all throughout the multiverse of podcasts, channels, podcasts, websites, and apps. We are there. We are as of next week, we will be on iHeartRadio's app, and the last final boss is Apple Music. If you want to get a hold of any of us, you want some prior critique time, you can find your boy at, where is it? Because I'm okay. Oh no, wrong one. Nope, wrong one too. Okay, here it is. Find me on Twitch and Instagram. Twitch at twitch.tv/RecklessFox, which I'm streaming live right now. You can follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at @TheRex_Fox and Twitter at @TheRex_Fox. Kabuto, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at BoukenKabuto. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BoukenKabuto. You won't find Jen here because she's gone for some reason, but
you can find Jen when she gets back at Instagram at Jen Messina, and you can find her on TikTok at Jen Messy2. And she just told me on Discord that her laptop just started acting up. We apologize, Jen. Without further ado, Kabuto, how you doing, dude? It's 5 years in the making. You are our year 2 draft pick. How's it feel?
Wait, YouTube draft pick? What?
Our year 2 draft pick.
Oh, year 2 draft pick. Well, it's nice to come out of that dirty Chinese chicken joint, Wu-Tang, and of course.
Wow. Okay, I'm done. Okay, go ahead.
No. I love me some spicy Chinese food. No, for real though. And I do love Wu-Tang. So those are two completely unrelated things that I happen to be fans of. But yes, I am doing pretty well. I just got out of TuneCon. I met some VAs. I got to scrape and lick some food. Because we don't suck. And of course, yes, that is a reference to Philomar, who's a cool guy, and I love him.
Shout out to Philomar.
Yeah, and it was nice meeting some old faces, some new faces, and all that. And of course, just Twitch streaming. Some Bayonetta 2 in honor of Bayonetta 3, which is coming out in 19 days.
You're just counting it down. I like.
I'm counting down. That's
that.
right. I'm counting down.
All right then, Jen. How about you? I mean, to be fair, I saw both you guys yesterday at Ryan, aka Dagger Boy's place. But how you doing, Jen?
I'm doing fine. Just working out. Getting better at skincare. Boring. Working.
All right. Let's see. We got the next one. It's Skooks. For those y'all want to know, this right here, down here, is our boy, my first in command. We got Sean, aka Skooks, aka Two Scoops, aka Fursona himself. Skooks, how you doing?
First in command.
Wait, first in command. Does that mean Skooks?
No, you know what? Stop. You know what I mean. Continue.
No, I don't know what you mean. You said first in command. That means he's the commander. Well, Skooks, I guess you're in charge. Lead the way, Skooks.
How you doing? Shut up. How you doing?
Oh, okay. I just wish I didn't have to have work tomorrow.
I think we all are. It's Sunday and Sunday night right before Monday. I know. So far, and how you been? I mean, I saw the three of y'all last night. So, but how are you doing? I think he just sent a disturbance in the force. Anyway, Skooks, how you doing, dude? I know we saw each other last night, but how you doing?
I'm fine. Nothing new. It's because I gotta go to work tomorrow. It's like shit. It's supposed to be my day off, and I gotta go in anyway.
Okay then. All right, and I'll say I'm doing good. I can't complain all that much. I just took my fiance and I just took our son to his very first pumpkin patch, and he got a little pumpkin. Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, it's on Instagram right now. Just look through my story at @TheRex_Fox. Overall, today's been pretty productive. For the most part, for those of y'all who don't know, I did start another Instagram. It's called Nerdy Fitness with 3 S's. And currently my fiance and I are doing the Whole 30 challenge, where we pretty much I don't have the book on me, but it's pretty much it is a diet where it consists of eating eating regular things like meats, vegetables, fruits. It's just you can't have anything that's with sugar or any additive sugars. You can't have beans. Apparently, I did not know that. You can't have corn. It's pretty much fallen the keto aspect, but it's not as strict as keto is. It's not strict. It's not strict as keto, and I can't have whole grains or like bread or anything like that. So I'm on day 5, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm about to make myself a smoothie after this podcast, and overall, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to see that we have a brand new format. First things first, before we get into the news, I want to thank our producers out there at The Buttery Show. Thank you, Ryan, and thank you to everyone at The Buttery Show for allowing us to partner with you guys. We do greatly appreciate it, and we can't wait for more projects to come. And overall, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get started. Okay, so our big topic of the night, people, Google Stadia is dead.
That was kind of sad, to be honest.
Well, I know. But to be fair, I called it. I called it back in 2019. But before we get into it, before we do a he say, she said, let's figure out. You probably want, for those of y'all who don't know what Google Stadia is, Google Stadia was Google's gaming streaming platform, which was the answer to OnLive and the Ouya that came out last decade. This was Google Stadia's way of like a plug-in, play your games on your laptop. Like you plug in the Google thing, you play on your computer, you can play on your Google Chrome, you can play on your TV. That's ran on the Android. Pretty much, but the problem was they kind of sold us on like beta. Like you were literally playing a beta. There were certain aspects to it, like you couldn't do cross multiplayer. It had its own servers. And it was very, very buggy. You needed to have really, really, really good internet, even though they promised that you didn't have to have it, but you need to have really good internet. Okay. Well, this is coming from Artechnica, as well as the fact that it came on Google Stadia as a whole thing as a whole. Let me actually, it says right here. Let me see. Oh snap! I can't even look at it right here. Hold on. 1 second. It's okay. I'm just gonna bring it up on my end too.
That's just how Google Stadia is.
Here it is.
Oh, that's really long.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read the first part. Here it is. The moment everyone saw coming is finally happening. Google officially confirmed that it's killing the Stadia. The company's troubled game streaming service. Phil Harrison announced today in a blog post that Stadia hasn't gained the traction with users that we expected, so we've made the difficult decision to begin winding down on Stadia streaming services. The Stadia will be laid to rest January 18th of 2023. The good news is that true Armageddon situation that Stadia customers is not happening. Google is issuing refunds, which will save dedicated Stadia players from potentially losing hundreds of dollars in unplayable games. The post says we will be refunding all Stadia hardware purchases made through the Google Store and all game and add-on content purchases made through the Stadia Store. That notably excludes payments to the Stadia Pro subscription service and won't get hardware refunds from non-Google Store purchases, but that's a pretty good deal. Okay, so that's just the icing on the cake, people. We haven't even began to discuss the fact that because of their shutdown, this has affected a plethora of indie publishers and indie devs that had contracts with Google Stadia. Case in point, I will actually put it right here. This is coming from Simon Roth. So glad I severely stressed myself over jumping through all the hoops of their platform compliance using an API that was documented poorly and in the wrong language. Anyway, Stadia was actually technically around and worked well, but was doomed from the start by the fact Google made it. Very sorry to anyone over there at Google. Very sorry to any other devs who were working towards a winter release on the platform. Because I don't think a lot of people understand this. but there are many people who actually had signed contracts with Google Stadia and were having their games launching this winter. This is coming from Petrichor Games. Yeah, we were just starting to pick up a development of our game Battle Billiards that we signed with them. We really only had planned to bring it to Stadia. Really quite disappointed for the team. This is also coming from Mike Ross. Oh my God, we have a game coming to Stadia in November. Who wants to guess that Google will refuse to pay us the money they owe? They owe us for it. This is also coming from Mike Ross. To all the people who kept begging us, please bring your games to Stadia. This is why we didn't. Ha ha. Hours later, and I still have no email from Stadia and no clarity on what's happening with our games, deals, anything. It really would have been nice if they told partners or even got in contact with us by now. And this is my favorite part. Adit Dashi, who works for Rocksteady, and this was hilarious to me. To be fair, Google Stadia faced terrible odds in the past 3 years, having to deal with a global pandemic, forcing people to turn to online entertainment, and graphics cards and console shortages, creating high demand for alternatives. If only they hit the market at a better time. I find this very comical because throughout the pandemic, throughout lockdowns, everyone actually did turn to online. It's a freaking online entertainment. I mean, hell, all of us. I couldn't see Kabuto for the most part, and I couldn't see Jen or Skooks or Dagger Boy or Noemi and stuff like that. We had to use our PlayStations and our Discords to communicate with people. You would think that would be able to capitalize, Stadia would have capitalized on that, but because of the fact that their freaking their machine was their bad marketing and the machines were just piss poor. Yeah, they couldn't recover. And this is the last one. This is from WRKS Games. We literally signed the publishing agreement with Stadia last week, so I would assume the Eternal teams there. I would assume the Eternal teams there, who are lovely, are likely finding this out at the same time we are, since I had a super energetic meeting with them last week about us joining. So not only has Google Stadia literally just threw a monkey wrench into the gaming industry, but has literally effed over a lot of indie devs who literally just signed contracts with them not too long ago. I won't say my piece. I'm gonna let everyone else go. Kabuto, thoughts? Go ahead.
Well, firstly, Google needs to take the L and pay the devs for their work. Like that should be part of the contract, regardless. Even if the games don't sell, even if the games are not complete, there should be some kind of like insurance clause in their contract saying that there should be some kind of like minimal payment to the devs because they actually did put time, money, and energy. It could be a bad contract. In which case, in which case, I would really hope that all the devs could come together, pull together the resources for some really good lawyers, and then file a class action lawsuit against Google to say that all of us were screwed over. Like we need to be collectively paid for our services
and effort.
Yeah. Our time, their service consists of time, energy, money, silicon chips, which I would still put under money, but still. And yeah, you're right. Like if Stadia was being developed let's say 2017. I mean, if they were released on 2017 or 2018, then they would have had more games for the system to build some traction, and then maybe more people will be buying Stadias during the pandemic. But the fact is, they released the Stadia towards the end of the pandemic. I mean, we're still technically in a pandemic, but we're past the point of being locked down. Okay,
exactly.
We can go outside and play with kites if we wanted to. I use that rhetorically, but yeah.
I know.
But either way, like I hope that but as far as the consumers go, I hope that anything that they have already pre-ordered, they can get a refund. Anything that they've already purchased and already like put into their systems, I hope they could still play those actual games on their hard systems, like after the closeout, because just because no one uses just because Nintendo's not supporting Nintendo DS anymore doesn't mean you can't still play Nintendo DS games. Like, just to give an example. I hope that anyone who owns a hard Stadia and has games in their Stadia could still play their games, because that means that's to bring reference to Titanfall, a useless piece of plastic and silicon.
Here's a problem. I get what you mean. I'll explain. I'll explain why. I get what you mean. I'll explain why that's a problem. But Jen, thoughts? Go ahead.
I feel really bad, and this goes not just for Google Stadia, but for in general. Video game developers need to get paid way better. For an industry that makes millions and millions of money in terms of Switch, the leading internet service, not leading, you know what I mean, popularity. Search engines,
yeah.
It makes me sad knowing that video game developers can never seem to find a right or find livable wages, and it just makes me sad. And on top of that, I know they're not getting paid, but at the same time, maybe it's also a bad contract, because there are some contracts where they'll tell you, we won't pay you until the work is done. You know what I mean? And there's shady contracts that exist like that within, the industry. So you can't, so on one hand, yeah, it's unfair, but on the other hand, they have to look at their contract and see, because it's very common, similar to like how the music industry is, and anywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty deep, Jen. That's pretty deep. I like that.
Well, yeah, because you got to think logically. They're not like employee; they're contracted.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Okay. Cool. Skooks, thoughts?
What do you guys keep calling it? The Stadia? It's Stadia.
Stadia. Well, because
is that how you pronounce it?
Yes,
it's true. You can call it Stadia or Stadia. There are two. There are two. Yes, there are two ways. It's like saying GIF or GIF. You can say both.
No, but they always say in the ads, they call it the Stadia. Like
whatever.
The whole time?
Skooks isn't wrong.
What do you mean? I'm not wrong.
But then,
I don't care.
No, he says you're not wrong.
Oh, okay.
They said you're not. He just said you're not wrong.
I said you're not wrong.
Yeah, but I go off what they say in the ads. Every time I hear the ads, they say Stadia.
Yeah, and I'm agreeing with you.
He is agreeing with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why you guys keep saying Stadia.
Okay, whatever. It's a slip of the tongue.
Here's my question: Why does no one pronounce the seventh planet from the sun Uranus? The correct pronunciation is Uranus. No, Uranus.
Oh my god!
But everyone keeps saying it wrong.
Shut up,
so
Skooks.
Skooks, like, high five to you.
Thoughts, dude.
Anyway, I'm not surprised that Stadia was like this. Everyone knew that it was a bad idea, because it's one thing to buy the game on like PSN. Sorry about the barking outside. Anyway, it's one thing to buy a game online. You buy a code for it. Mm-hmm. I'm not like a huge fan of that, but that's just how the system is currently. It's another thing to buy a system that you don't own it at all. Like, you have to stream the system. You're just paying for a license. And yes, they do that on PSN and everything, but at the same time, you can buy a physical copy of the game. So that's like Stadia's biggest issue, is that you don't own the game at all. Like, you don't even have a key for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're relying entirely on Stadia being online. And for that, you needed a strong computer to stream it. You needed a proper system to run it. And it was entirely up to the whims of Google in the first place.
Right.
So this was an eventuality in my mind, that it was no matter what we could have done, eventually Google would run out, and then the system would go under. So it wasn't an if, it was a when for me personally.
You're right. But if it's when, why couldn't you have paid your developer?
Well, and this is where I'll step in for this one.
Okay. See, that's my problem.
So, Jen, keep this in mind. Google has it has me money. Okay, let's just keep it 100. It's a $1 billion company. They were throwing money. It's like the best way to put it is that Stadia, the Google and the developers of Stadia were literally throwing things at the wall to see if it's going to stick. They were literally throwing contracts out to people to get them to make and develop game, put the AAA games on Stadia, as well as putting indie games on the Stadia. Now, again, I am pretty sure, because I don't own a Stadia because I had no reason to. I am pretty sure that when it came to indie developed video games, that Stadia was going to be good. But the problem that Stadia was going to run into, and Google was going to run into, is that both Nintendo and Microsoft, Steam, and if I remember correctly, Sony, have indie programs for indie developers to put their games on their respective consoles and platforms and stuff, and so forth and so forth. And when it comes to paying like the developers and stuff, that they allow, like, hey, sign this contract with us. You know what? It was inevitable. I'm not even gonna front. It was inevitable. Like, and hopefully Google does. Hopefully they do pay them out, because I'm sorry, you literally just said F. Like, you literally just gave the middle finger to many developers who are rocking with you and were ready to release games during the winter, during the holiday season. You literally just gave them the shaft. That sucks. And that sucks on Google's part, and that sucks on Google Stadia's part. Now, granted, I find this very funny because, like, months ago, they were saying how Google Stadia was not going to die. It was going to get better. No. It died. It ran its course, its short course. And this is coming from somebody who 3 years ago said that I saw a lot of potential in Stadia, but it's Google. The only way Stadia is going to fail is because of Google. They did not market this thing well at all. They lied about certain things when it came to playing your stuff, and then on top of that, they're like, "Hey, you can also join our Pro subscription." Where it's like, your standard subscription is already having issues. What makes you think your Pro subscription is going to run any better? I'm just saying. I do feel bad, and I am glad that there are refunding people who bought the Stadia. Now, when it comes to Kabuto's issue, if you still have it, can you still play games? No, keep this in mind. This is a streaming service. You don't necessarily buy the games. Think of it like Netflix. Think of it like Amazon.
I get what you're saying. It's like PSN, where like you're only renting your monthly games, and like the moment you end your subscription, you can't keep the games.
Yeah.
Well, if you keep them downloaded, you could play them. But once you like undownload them and put them back into your library, you're gonna have to like resubscribe or purchase the game from scratch.
Exactly.
But again, it's like I feel like given the fact that we have this silicon shortage, the fact that we've already used this silicon during that shortage to make the Stadia. I apologize, Skooks. It's this guy's fault for like making me mispronounce it.
Leave me alone.
This guy's fault.
You can't blame me.
Mispronounce it due to mimesis. The Stadia was already used that plastic and silicon during a silicon shortage. Now you can't. Now it will be just a piece of junk that will be completely unusable, like a hard copy of Titanfall. Again, Titanfall, good game, but
don't be disrespecting Titanfall now.
I'm not. I literally just said it's a good game.
I know.
The problem is you can't play it anymore because it's exclusively multiplayer and runs on a Wi-Fi on a very specific server on its base system, and the moment the internet service for that system stops working, that means you can't play the core game, which means you cannot play Titanfall altogether. It'll be useless plastic. Now, see, the thing about Splatoon is there's still a story mode, which means even if the Wii U servers go down, you can still play Splatoon 1 story mode. You can't do multiplayer, but you can do story mode. Titanfall doesn't have that. Now, with the Stadia, yes, I said it right this time. The thing with the Stadia is, like, it's now useless junk. It's, like, I would compare it to, like, if you kill an animal for food, you harvest its organs, like, cook it, but then you just throw it out before you have a chance to eat it. It's like, it made the killing of this animal a complete waste. A waste of muscle tissue, a waste of skin tissue, a waste of energy used to turn it into food. Stadia is the same thing. You have this limited supply of a resource, and you turn it into something that is unusable.
Yeah.
That really upsets me. And the thing is, if I'll give Google a D, not a W, a D, but it's better than an L. I'll give them a D if they could make it. If they could make it so that the games that were already purchased would be downloadable as a permanent thing.
Kabuto, I hate to tell you this, dude. I hate to tell you this.
Was that possible?
It's Google. It's Google.
I know it's Google. That's
and
why I'm giving them.
You know how selfish Google be.
That's why if they do it, they're only getting a D, not
that's
a W.
That's
a
like
D.
Bro, that's like asking Nintendo to support archiving its history and putting all their entire library onto the Switch instead of have to pay for another subscription service so you can play Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games. Nintendo, I'm looking at you.
But the thing is, but at the very least, you could still play 64 games on 64. You could still play certain Switch games on the Switch because they're hard copies. Hard copies exist, and as long as the game doesn't completely rely on an internet server for its gameplay, then the game is still playable to a certain capacity. Again, Splatoon on the Wii U. If the Wii U servers go down, you can still play the story mode on the Wii U. Does it suck that you can't play it like on the original, like on the multiplayer platform? Sure, but they still got the story mode.
Either way, I'll say this, and we're gonna move on. Stadia gone, and it's definitely gonna be forgotten for sure. I don't care what anybody tells me. Stadia. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's about to die in the next couple of months. I really don't care if at this point. The point of the matter is that Google Stadia had a lot of potential, and unfortunately, because of its creators, it burned quickly. That's all I'm gonna say. It burned out quickly. It's nobody's fault but Google and their marketing team. So I can easily say rest in peace, but honestly, they are rest in peace since it came out. So
the candle burned faster, but not brighter.
Shout out to Google. Do better. Anyways, move on to more positive news. If you guys are Samurai Showdown fans, Team Samurai is coming to King of Fighters 15. Jen, this is for Jen and I essentially. Jen, Team Samurai, Harumaru, that little girl, and the other chick from the new Samurai Showdown game. What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I will say this though. I hope they make it really hard. Just because you've played Samurai Showdown.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Samurai Showdown versus King of Fighters, right? Samurai Showdown's a little easier, so I want to see these characters be really hard to fight against.
Okay, so real quick, so the characters are Harumaru, Nakaruru, and Darlie Dagger. Darlie Dagger is the black chick. I'm excited for that. So that's just me. But yeah, and for those of y'all who don't know who Harumaru is, again, he is pretty much the face of Samurai Showdown. He was also him and Nakaruru were in Capcom vs SNK 2, Mark of the Millennium 2001. And they actually have their specials from that game in KO 15, which I'm really excited about. And there's a special little dialogue between him and Mai Shiranui saying like, "Hey, we meet again." She's like, "Do I know you?" But in the SNK Capcom multiverse, because everything needs to have a multiverse in today's day and age, they were teammates in CBS 2. I'm really excited for it. I'm more excited on the fact that Evo had announced that this game will have cross multiplayer. So I'm really excited about that. And rollback netcode. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I know Shogu and Kim Kapuan are coming. That's what I'm definitely looking
I'm happy to see fighting games are improving in terms of like they're listening and they're improving cross multiplayer. They're making it easier because I always thought, like, at least for me, for the years, like, how fighting games used to be just Street Fighter and Tekken, right? I'm glad to see that there are others like Dragon Ball Fighter Z and other fighting games that are doing better in terms of service, rollback netcode. They're doing all of that because I believe in fairness, and I don't want to just keep seeing Street Fighter and Tekken all this time. It gets kind of tiring and boring.
Well, I think Skooks and Skooks, real quick, what are your thoughts about Team Samurai?
I don't play King of Fighters.
Cool. Anyways, I know Kabuto doesn't play KOF, so it's okay. I think look, Jen, do you play King of Fighters?
Me? Yeah, I did.
Oh, Tom, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold up.
Hello,
at Girl Travelers. You are on the air. What's up, baby?
Hey, babe. I'm gonna send you the no, sorry. Can you send me?
Send you the photos?
The pumpkin patch, the whole his face is in the circle.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Send me all of them that you have.
Okay, and say
hi.
Okay, and say hi to the audience.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hi, audience.
I love you, baby.
All right, love you too, babe.
Bye. All right.
Of course
So
I played King of Fighters before.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Did you play KOF 15?
Not 15.
Okay, cool.
Although I do have it.
You have KOF 15?
Yeah.
Can I have it? Did you play it?
It's a digital copy.
Oh, you suck. Okay. Okay.
I used to have KOF on the Wii when I was a kid, but oh god, it's so hard.
Well, yeah, I don't want to go down the Wii path because I think the Wii kind of lied. I really wanted through Hadouken, but that's a different story. Anyways, I'm really happy. And Jen, I think you, me, and Skooks can agree with this. Is that I think we've honestly hit a new age when it comes to fighting games because now we have indie games making it on the big stage of Evo, like Skullgirls.
Skullgirls Blue.
Blaze Blue wasn't an indie game though.
Oh, wait, I thought it was. They look really. Never mind.
No.
Now DNF, that's a DNF is a dungeon fighter game that they made into an actual fighting game. That's an indie game.
No, but I like that. I like that there's
that.
a new emergence because I'm getting tired of the same big 3P fighting games all the time. I'm not saying that I don't like
NetherRealm, Capcom, and Bandai.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we see. I'm getting tired of that.
Well, rest assured, I'm pretty sure the four of us are going to be going to Evo next year in Vegas. So I actually do want to. I want to cover that. If that's the case. But yeah, shout outs to SNK. Glad to see Team Samurai. I think they're available right now. If I remember correctly, let me take a look just to make sure. Yeah, they're supposed to be. I think they're out right now. So if you guys go ahead and grab the season pass for KOF 15 and get yourself Team Samurai. Really dope. Next we have an announcement is that Onimusha is getting its own anime series. Now, for those of y'all who played the Onimusha games on the PlayStation 2, they're finally gonna make an animated series on Netflix. So it's gonna be the second game that's coming out with an anime franchise as of recently. The other being Tekken Bloodline, which I've been told is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. I will say it's very slowly paced, but it's pretty good.
Okay. Did anyone play Onimusha growing up?
I think I played Blade Warriors, but that was the crappy one.
I played the Onimusha game with homeboy from Leon the Professional.
Oh.
Leon's the Professional. He was in the game. I can't remember that dude's name though.
I'm happy to see that video games are turning into animated, series, and they're doing better. Like, I don't know if you watched Cuphead, but that was pretty funny.
Oh, Cuphead's lit. I love that show.
Honestly, like, literally, I don't know. Like, so I'm happy to see that there's video game animated series coming out, and they're better than before. You know what I mean? Legend of Zelda. Anyway, so yeah.
All right then. Let's see. You guys any thoughts? Skooks, Kabuto?
Well, if that's the case, Shenmue. Can we make Shenmue a animated series? Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I couldn't get into the anime.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I couldn't really get into the game. I couldn't get into the game, but I was really young. And funny enough, I have all 3 Shenmue games. I just have not played them yet.
But the storyline's cool. What are you talking about?
It is cool.
I played the games. I like the games. I just couldn't get into the anime.
Wait, isn't there a Shenmue anime?
Oh,
yes, there is.
Yeah,
it's called Shenmue the Animation.
Oh, Jen, it's already out. What are you talking about? You're like, I can't wait. I'm like, yeah, it's already out. I don't know if it's good or not, but still.
It's been out on Toonami for like almost a year.
Get out of here. It's on Toonami?
I'm going to go watch it.
It's been on Toonami.
I don't have internet. I mean, I don't have cable.
I don't use cable anymore either, but except to watch Rick and Morty. But still.
Bro, hold up. You have DirecTV at home.
Doesn't mean I use it.
You still have cable, homeboy. I don't have cable. You have cable. You have access to it. I don't. I gotta get Sling TV if that's the case.
The only thing I use to watch cable with is the only thing I use the cable for is to watch Rick and Morty.
Oh my god.
And anyways, South Park if it were still like on Comedy Central.
No, it's on Paramount
Plus now.
I mean. Anyways,
I mean the actual TV show is still on HBO, but like only the specials are on Paramount Plus.
All right. Mortal Kombat celebrated its 30th anniversary with a trailer. It was cool. It was great to see, Ed Boon celebrating 30 years of arguably one of the best fighting game franchises of all time. And I say arguably because it was probably one of the first. It is the first fighting game to actually have a compelling story. Thanks to them laying out the foundation of the characters. Then the movie came out, and then they went from there using the movie, and now we got Mortal Kombat 11, which is probably one of the best cinematic looking fighting games out right now. So yeah, shouts to Mortal Kombat. I mean, here's my question: which game did you guys? What was your first Mortal Kombat games, guys, growing up? Mine was Mortal Kombat Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
There's that Mortal Kombat that was in the arcade. It was 2, was it?
So Mortal Kombat 2 was your first game?
Yeah, but that was a fighting game in like the arcades. And even then, I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat as a kid. It's too violent.
So yeah, I got away with it because there was worse games, but I digress. Skooks, what was your first Mortal Kombat game?
Good for you.
Skooks, what was your first Mortal Kombat game? Go ahead.
Oh man, it was like I think it was MK2 or 3 back when I was in arcade long ago. Oh, good times.
Wow, we're kind of showing our age right now. Kabuto, what was your first Mortal Kombat game?
Okay, the first game I played was on a relative's Mortal Kombat 2. And I honestly mistook Scorpion for the Gold Ranger from Power Rangers because he's got the black all over his body with yellow details.
This fool somehow finds a way to make a Power Rangers reference.
So there's a will,
but
there's a way.
But it's true though.
Playing the Power Rangers is the next thing we're talking about.
I legit honestly believe that was the Gold Ranger when I first played MK2. Now, the first game I ever owned is the first Mortal Kombat on Plug and Play.
Are you serious?
Plug and
yes.
The Plug and Play one?
Yes, the Plug and Play one.
I can believe it.
No, real talk. That was the first time I actually played the first game. Was the Plug and Play, and I used Liu Kang to beat Shang Tsung. Oh my!
Oh, for me, I was a Kano main.
I would hate you because I was a Liu Kang main.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I will say this. I still stand by what I said before. going on a tangent. Liu Kang being played by Ho Sung Pak. I want there to be a WAC Masters game.
Jesus Christ!
I still stand by what I said. I want WMAC Masters to have their own game.
Bro, it's been there, done that. Listen, unless we get some diehard WMAC Master fans who so happen to have the ability to make games because they're indie devs, if you can and get the creators of WMAC Masters to sign off on it and get a publisher or to sign off on it, then fine. Until that fateful day, and we'll move on from this. I'm sorry. I want, as much as I love WMAC Masters, it is impossible.
I know.
Now making a season 3, that's possible. That's possible. Making a video game, impossible. I'm sorry.
Eric Betts believes in me. I believe in me.
Believe in you who believes in me. Okay, gotcha. Anyways, speaking of fighting games and speaking of Power Rangers,
here we go. I know where you're going.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. We're going 2 for 2. So for those of y'all who don't know, Power Rangers and Capcom did a crossover a couple of years ago where they had Ryu and Chun-Li become Power Rangers. Ryu, who originally went as the Ryu Ranger, which was the dumbest idea ever, became the Crimson Hawk Ranger. The Crimson Hawk Ranger. And Chun-Li became the Spinning Bird Ranger. Awesome names. And then they made it to Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Well, we're going 2 for 2 because Ken has become a Power Ranger. And Cammy has become a Power Ranger.
Whoa, that looks gorgeous.
I know, right? Yo, that's it's looking good. It's looking good. We got the Stinking Crane Ranger and the Soaring Eagle Ranger. Jen, thoughts?
Gorgeous. And of course, next up, since we have yet to get a Green Ranger, Blanca. Put Blanca in.
Get the.
Blanca's probably gonna be like an orange ranger because of his hair.
Yeah, because of his hair.
He's still color green.
He'll be a canon orange ranger before.
I'm surprised it didn't make Guile a Green Ranger, if anything.
Blanca will be a canon orange ranger before Boom.
But overall, it's beautiful. I love it. I don't care what you guys say. Chun-Li Ranger and the figurines are beautiful.
No, it's the Spinning Bird Ranger, not the Chun-Li Ranger. The Spinning Bird Ranger. They made.
I thought isn't she supposed to be like a Phoenix Ranger or something?
Oh, the Spinning Phoenix Ranger. There you go.
But overall, it's beautiful. I mean, I also like the outfit changes that Ryu and Chun-Li have. Those were pretty cool.
I'm just gonna say this right now. As I sound like I'm happy about this, I think Kabuto and I can agree. There's no I'll let him talk for himself. I'm just gonna keep it brief. There's no reason for Street Fighters to become Power Rangers when you have Akuma karate chopping a whole effing moon and island. You don't need superpower. You don't need to have a Power Ranger upgrade. I'm just saying. But
by the way, have you seen the Moon tonight?
What's up?
Have you seen the Moon tonight? By the way,
yes, I did. Magnifique. But at the same token, I will say this, and I will side with Jen on this. Them being in Battle for the Grid, not Legacy War, but Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which I really hope they're going to make a new season of. I find it great because of the fact that you have air combos and they play like their Marvel vs. Capcom counterparts. That is the one bright light. If there's any positive about this, is that they fit Battle for the Grid because of how Battle for the Grid kind of plays similar to MVC and Skullgirls. So I will give them that. That's the only positive I will have, and hopefully Ken and Cammy do make it into Battle for the Grid next season. That's just me. Skooks, do you even care about this?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm just glad that they're doing this. I would like to own a figure of it at the very least, because it was some good-looking figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at this. Look how sexy this is. Look how sexy these figures look. Oh, listen. I'm not the big. You know me. I am not a fan of the Power Rangers and Street Fighters becoming Power Rangers, but it looks pretty light. It looks clean. It looks clean.
I find it interesting that Ken doesn't have sleeves.
Well, yeah, and
Like-
I find it funny that Cammy looks kind of like the Green Ranger that they kind of foreshadowed in the Power Rangers movie from 2017.
Yeah. Also, she's got her beret like on the outside of her helmet. I'm like, look who thinks she's Kamen Rider Skull.
Shut the hell
Oh
up.
god, I didn't realize that. So
All right.
It's like, remember, like
Whoa.
he takes his hat off, transforms, and then puts it back on.
Yes. Okay, Kabuto. Do I even have to ask? From your voice, you're just disgusted. But go ahead.
Again, I'm gonna say it. Like Ninja Turtles went toe to toe against the Chaotian Rangers in Power Rangers in Space. Like they were evenly matched. There's no reason for Ninja Turtles to become Power Rangers. Street Fighters especially don't have a reason to become Power Rangers because they're superhuman. They literally shoot Hadouken and yoga fire from their hands. Like they don't like if their civilian powers are better than Ranger powers, it's like what is even the point of becoming a Ranger to begin with? I mean, yeah, you get the perk of having a Megazord. I get that, but do the Street Fighters even need a Megazord? Honestly,
Yes.
all things considered, I'm surprised that the crossover between Power Rangers and DC went as well as it did, because it's like, how do you even have a crossover between Power Rangers and freaking Superman? Although given the pattern of the way Boom Studio comics are written, I'm surprised they didn't like have Brainiac Lord Zed, but that's a different story. I digress. Cammy. Okay, I will admit that I like the way they modified the Cammy costume design, because like we all know what Cammy actually looks like in Street Fighter 2 New Challengers Edition. So like I actually do like the way they modified her Ranger suit to look differently. Ken, I don't know why like he has bare like arms, because like even in Power Rangers Ninja Storm they at least have like something that look like chainmail. So it's like why not just do like something like off color, like maybe like give him like white sleeves or scaled sleeves, you know? I mean, maybe something kung fu looking ish, but well, not kung fu, but karate ish, but not bare arms, because it's like at that point you're just you look like a cosplayer, not like an actual Ranger. No, I'm sorry, not sorry. And the other complaint I have is really a Falcon. We got a Hawk and a Falcon.
okay, enough with this.
A hawk, a falcon, a hawk,
A Falcon
Wait.
and a Phoenix.
Fine,
It's
Falcon.
like, can we change? Oh, and a crane.
No,
Are-
who's
are
a
they all
falcon?
bird
Who's a
themed?
falcon?
Are they all bird themed?
So
like,
okay.
Crimson
Steaming
Hawk,
Crane, Spinning Phoenix, Crimson Hawk, Soaring Eagle.
So it's like, yeah, like they're all birds.
Well, yeah, they fly in the air when they. Bro, have you not played Street Fighter? They literally fly in the air when they use their moves.
Like what? If Guile becomes watch. If Guile becomes a Street Fighter, he will become the Sonic Albatross Ranger.
No, see, I think
Hold on,
this is where they messed. Oh, I think this is where they messed up. They should have called. If they make Guile Power Ranger the Flash Eagle, because you know America, bold eagle.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like if anything, Guile should have been an eagle, because America, like Joel McHale, America. I fought in the war, the American War, the weaponless war of 1963.
Anyway,
Look, that's all I have to say, because it's like, again, you know, I'm just gonna stick to, you know, like I prefer like actual Power Rangers. Can we get Tori in the game? Can we please get Tori in the game?
all right. Our last piece of news, because we got diamond down, because I actually do want to go down memory lane before we get off the show, is the Super Mario Brothers trailer just launched this past week. R.I.P. to the Penguin Kingdom. Yo, I gotta admit, I ain't gonna lie. This movie, I'm watching the movie because I love the Mario franchise. I think this movie might be fire. I think this movie actually might be fire. Maybe they'll finally strike gold, because the last time we saw a Super Mario Brothers movie, it was as if that movie was on crack. Okay,
The
so
1993 one.
Yes, with our boy, who I stand, John Leguizamo as Luigi, and Eddie Valiant from himself as Super Mario. Bob Hoskins. There you go. Rest in peace. So yeah, Chris Pratt, who's not even Italian, is playing Mario, and then you got Keegan Michael Key. You have a plethora of other actors. Seth Rogen in the movie. This movie, it looks like it's gonna be pretty lit. It's gonna be fire. It's not. I have high hopes for the movie. Jen, thoughts? Go ahead. You're the Nintendo girl.
I'm
What's
hella
up?
biased, so I'm gonna say perfection. I'm gonna let Skooks take the lead because I know he has a lot more opinion than I do. See, he has a bigger opinion than I do. I'm really
Oh boy.
biased.
I don't think it's good. I don't like it at all. Chris Pratt shouldn't have been Mario, but I know why they did it. Nintendo actually paid big bucks, so Illumination doesn't make their normal movie, so this looks better. But frankly, this shouldn't have been made. They should have had Charles Martinet as Mario and Luigi, but of course they didn't because they don't give a fuck about voice actors. And frankly, it's just not a good movie, man. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm certainly not going to watch it. If people want to watch it, they can go right ahead. I'm not going to say nothing. But this is not a good movie for me. I'm not going to enjoy it. I don't want to see it at all. So I just knew from the start, just watching this, I knew this is going to be a shitty movie from the start, and I wasn't going to watch it in the first place.
All right. And lastly, Kabuto, because Kabuto, go ahead.
Okay. If they cast Chris Pratt in a live action role for Mario, I could probably see it. It wouldn't be easy to pull off, but I could see it. But like he really needs to work on his Italian accent because I don't know. Like he only had the one line, so I can't really tell what kind of Italian accent he was going for. I'm gonna need to see more lines from him. But I was not too happy. Like again, if it was a live action movie, like I would have no problem. I would have no problems with him playing the character. But if this is an animated movie, I'm gonna take the Wally Wingard route and ask, why not just hire actual voice actors to do the role? Like there's like all these animated films where there's like
man.
Okay. There's like all these animated movies where instead of hiring actual voice actors, they hire A-list actors. And the thing is, like face acting and voice acting require two different skill sets, which a lot of studios probably don't have an understanding of. Because like if you're a good voice actor, doesn't mean that you're good at acting like in person. And just because you're good at acting in person doesn't mean that you're good at acting like through voice, through VA. And like I mean, some of the jokes were good. Some of them were cringy. It's a mixed bag. But again, they should have just went with the live action. If they're gonna do if they're gonna put Chris Pratt in an animated Nintendo role, give him Captain Falcon instead. You're muted. My guy, you are muted.
On that note, I like to have Falcon Chris Pratt. I'm just saying. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, the movie comes out in 2023. We're all going to go see it. I can't wait. Hopefully the movie's good, just like Sonic was. But I digress. Anyways, guys, we're about to wrap this show up. Thank you guys for watching. Let's look at some of the comments. Hi, Jen. Buttery, you get that from that hottie bridge, didn't you? Oh, my God. Anyways. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much. This is episode 161 of the ScrubClub Gaming Podcast, our 5-year anniversary. And honestly, I want to say thank you guys for rocking and rolling with us these last 5 years on Twitch, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We greatly appreciate you guys. And thank you once again to TheButteryShow for hosting us and officially making this partnership. We're really happy. Thank you guys for giving us this new spot place. Thank you. Normally we do any like shows you want, like any recommendations for people, but we're gonna wrap this up right now. Jen, what's your closing statement for episode 161? Go.
Happy Halloween. Well, fall season.
All right, then. Skooks, go ahead.
Don't watch the Mario movie, please.
Jesus Christ. Kabuto, go ahead.
Just 19 more days till the game I've waited for so long to come out will come out.
All right, then. My closing comment is, once again, Buttery Show, we greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for letting us for this partnership, and we cannot wait to bring some of the ignorance, but obviously, censored ignorance to the show. And as always, guys, you can then never ever email us at, here it is, ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. That's ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. If you want, and you can take the show on the go: SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Breaker Audio, Scrub Gaming, and Scrub Gaming is all up in your home. If you want to find any of us, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TheRex_Fox, YouTube Rex_Fox, and Twitch.tv/RecklessFox. Kabuto, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Bouken_Kabuto. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BoukenKabuto.
Jen, go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram at Gen Messina. You can find me at TikTok at GMSD2. You know what? I'm not even going to say.
And you can find our boy Skooks at your local Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, fighting for chump change. And on special occasions, at least 3 Sundays out of the month, he'll be fighting at Waffle House for the real money. Get ready for the real deal. And you can follow him at WorldStarHipHop.com/Skooks. Until then, guys, this is Scrub Gaming Podcast. This is episode 161. And we have a good saying: peace out, bless up, and keep working things $20 or less. And we bid you an adieu. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Deuces. Bye, guys. Smile away, people. Bye-bye.